What if I told you that a struggling music producer maxed out his credit cards, emptied his savings, and borrowed money from family to invest in a meme? Sounds crazy, right? But in just 69 days, Glauber Contesoto, better known now as the Doge Father, went from deep in debt to a crypto millionaire, all thanks to Dogecoin. How does someone take such a massive gamble and actually win? Is it luck, strategy, or something else entirely? This is the story of how one man's conviction in a joke cryptocurrency turned his financial struggles into a $1 million fortune. But as incredible as it sounds, it's also a tale that leaves many asking, did Glauber crack the code to getting rich quick, or did he just get dangerously lucky? Stick around, because this isn't just a story about Dogecoin. It's about belief, risk, and the blurred line between genius and recklessness.
This is Glauber Contesoto, aka
the Doge Father, Slum Doge Millionaire, Reservoir Doge.
No matter what you call him, his claim to fame is that he went all in on a meme-based cryptocurrency called Dogecoin, and in 69 days, he went from a struggling music producer to a millionaire. On paper, at least. But before we get started, we want to make clear that Glauber is not a financial expert, and cryptocurrency is extremely volatile. Experts advise only investing an amount you can afford to lose. Glauber was born in Brazil and moved with his family to the US when he was 6 years old. His mother cleaned houses while his father had a career as an opera singer.
You would think that would spark my interest in music, right? It was actually the exact opposite. I didn't want to have anything to do with music, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's very hard to make money in music.
Glauber was hyper aware of his family's money struggles, even at a young age.
When you're a little kid, you know when you're poor. So when you talk to other kids in school and you ask them, hey, are you rich? And they're like, I don't know. You're rich. If you don't know if you're rich, because I'll tell you what, you damn sure know if you're poor.
But instead of shying away from music, Glauber found it as an escape, especially hip-hop.
Hip-hop was the first time in my life that I felt like people understood me, and I understood people that didn't have a lot growing up, people that kind of struggled, people that went from nothing to something.
In 2015, he moved to Los Angeles, where he took a job as an entry-level video editor. His starting salary was $36,000, but he took on every freelance project he could.
They make you want to dream small and dream little and keep you in this box, right? I never subscribed to that.
In 2019, his salary had climbed to $60,000, and he started using all of his extra money to invest in companies like Tesla. He lived under a simple mantra.
Pay your bills, buy food, invest.
He found the limits of the stock market after purchasing about $20,000 worth of GameStop shares.
I was like, this is amazing. It's the little guy versus the big guy. It's all these guys getting together to go against the big hedge funds. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to stick it to the man. We're all these billionaires. And so I joined in.
He felt the entire system was rigged against retail investors like him.
And so as soon as that happened, I was like, all right, there's got to be another way to invest my money. I'm not going to stick around, because if they could do this to GameStop, they could do this to another stock.
Glauber first heard about Dogecoin from the subreddit called Wall Street Bets and Elon Musk.
So I started doing my research, and that's when I really dig deep, and I'm like, all right, what's Dogecoin? When did it start? How new of a coin is it? Is it going up? Is it dipping? Did it ever go back to what it was back then?
Dogecoin is riskier than other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum because there's no supply cap. Experts even call it a meme trade based on social media buzz.
The cryptocurrency is now one of the biggest in the world. It did start originally as a joke back in 2013, but it is the big winner in crypto this week.
On January 27th, Glauber spent $40 on Dogecoin, which was priced at 1 cent at the time. Over the coming days, his investment grew to over $300.
I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is, but the next time this jump happens, I'm gonna be all the way in. I'm not missing out the second time this happens, because it's gonna happen again. And so that was kind of what sparked my whole 24/7 research on Dogecoin.
Glauber studied Dogecoin's movement and believed it wouldn't dip below a certain point. Now, to be clear, he's no financial expert, but he made a point to tell anyone who would listen about what he was seeing in Dogecoin.
I made a post when it hit 2 cents. Then when it hit 3 cents and it stayed at 3, I made another post. Guys, it's at 3 cents. Guys, you should really get in. The very last post I make was when I went all in, 4 cents. I was like, hello, friends. This is probably the most incredible investment opportunity that I've ever seen in my life. And if you grew up poor, if you ever grew up struggling, if you ever needed money for anything, this is probably your way out.
However, experts disagree. Cryptocurrency is an extremely risky investment. Experts warn to only invest what you can afford to lose.
If you can withstand kind of standing on the sidelines, that's what you should be doing. If you can't, play with a little bit of money, but really try not to get sucked in too hard, because if you do, it might be difficult to get out and you may end up losing a lot of money.
On February 4th, Elon tweeted about Dogecoin, which Glauber described as the tipping point.
Tweeting a picture of a rocket to the moon with one word, Doge. No further comment on that tweet, but then later he tweeted, Dogecoin is the people's crypto. And then he tweeted, no need to be a gigachad to own. Finally, he said, no highs, no lows, only Doge.
Now Elon Musk is backing the coin. Let's go! You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is exactly what needs to happen. Like it was a no-brainer at that point. I went all in.
On February 5th, Dogecoin dipped back down to 4.5 cents, and Glauber went all in and invested $250,000.
And that's when I sell all my stocks, max out my credit cards, call my mom, my aunt, my uncle to let me borrow some money, and I go all in on Dogecoin at 4.5 cents.
On April 15th at 6 p.m., Glauber Contesoto became a crypto millionaire.
I just became a millionaire by spending all my money on Dogecoin. I'm expecting it to dip down to 300,000 at any moment. It's at 700, it's at 800, but it doesn't stop. It just keeps going. So it hits 1 million, and as soon as I cross over 1 million, I'm looking on my phone and I'm like, oh my God, like today is the day that I become a millionaire. Like it's today, it's today.
Glauber's first move? He called his mom.
I was like, hey mom, are you up? She was like, what's up? And I was like, I'm a millionaire. I was like, your son just became a millionaire. I'm like, mom, everything's gonna be okay now. Like everything is gonna be all right.
Glauber is well aware that going all in on crypto, especially with borrowed money, is unsound financial advice, but he isn't second-guessing his decision. Glauber says he'll either cash out after 1 full year or once he hits $10 million, whichever comes first.
As far as not cashing out and stuff, I still have a job. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not afraid of busting my ass again for another year. Like, I look at it like I busted my ass, blood, sweat, and tears for 33 years of my life. What's one more year?
As the curtain falls on Glauber Contesoto's incredible journey, let me leave you with this. Was this a stroke of genius, sheer madness, or something in between? A struggling music producer from humble beginnings, armed with nothing but determination, a gut feeling, and an internet meme, turned his life around in just 69 days. But here's the kicker. He didn't just play the game. He broke every rule in the financial playbook. What does this really tell us? That maybe, just maybe, the system is designed to reward those willing to bet it all when the odds seem impossible. Or could this be the classic tale of a bubble ready to burst? One thing is clear. Glauber didn't just make $1 million. He cracked open a door to a bigger conversation about risk, belief, and the thin line between fortune and folly. So the next time you hear someone laugh off meme coins or call cryptocurrency a joke, remember this story. But ask yourself, would you risk it all for a chance at a life like Glauber's? Think carefully, because the Doge Father's story isn't over yet, and neither is the game.